Hello United fans, welcome to the United Report, your go-to source for the latest news, match updates and transfer stories straight from Old Trafford. Arsenal host Manchester United in the pick of this weekend's FA Cup third-round ties, and both clubs are expected to pick teams befitting the occasion. United come into the game off the back of their best performance yet under Ruben Amorim after earning a 2-2 draw against Liverpool last weekend. As a result, Amorim has said he is unlikely to rotate his squad with minimal changes expected. In this moment, I'm living day by day, Amorim said in his pre-match press conference. What I'm thinking is that we have had 1 week without a game, we had a day off after Liverpool, and we could work the team a little bit. So it doesn't make sense to rest players now, for both of the games here, so we have to put out the best team, and we have to follow the last performance. Now, we are rotating less, although sometimes I have had to choose fresh legs. Now I feel they are at the same level. I didn't rotate because I wanted to rotate. I was just trying to find the best solutions to win. I had some doubts, and the guys who were more fresh were able to cope with the demands of the game. So I'm not thinking in that way. We are in a different moment now. We train, and then we will focus on the next game. So my focus is more on the time of week. And so I will choose the best team to win. We want to win the FA Cup, and you never know what can happen in this type of competition. Sometimes it's better to win this type of game. So my focus now is day by day, and we just want to win this tie. He has confirmed that backup goalkeeper Altay Bayindir will start ahead of Andre Onana, but that may turn out to be the only change he decides to make. Arsenal, on the other hand, are likely to make more changes to their starting 11 as they look to bounce back from their 2-0 defeat to Newcastle in the Carabao Cup semi-finals in midweek. But they are not expected to show up with an inexperienced squad. Riccardo Calafiori is poised to replace Miles Lewis-Skelly at right back, while Mikel Merino should come into midfield in place of Thomas Partey. Raheem Sterling could make his first start since recovering from a knee injury, while Gabriel Jesus is in line to start up front ahead of Kai Havertz. Much like Amorim, Gunners boss Mikel Arteta is also hoping to win the FA Cup this season. The Spaniard said, "It's a massive part of our history. We've won it 14 times, and it is a competition very attached to us. It's a beautiful game to play against a massive club, and a very special occasion as well with the amount of supporters that they're going to bring, so it's a very big game." Arsenal, 4-3-3, Raya, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, Rice, Merino, Odegaard, Sterling, Martinelli, Jesus. Manchester United, 3-4-3, Bayindir, De Ligt, Maguire, Martinez, Mazraoui, Ugarte, Mainu, Dalot, Ahmad, Højlund, Fernandes. Napoli are emerging as a big threat to AC Milan's bid to sign Manchester United's Marcus Rashford after admitting defeat in their attempts to keep Georgian winger Kvicha Kvaratskhelia at the club. Kvaratskhelia has been identified as the player to kickstart a Paris Saint-Germain rebuild following Kylian Mbappe's move to Real Madrid in the summer. And Napoli boss Antonio Conte has now revealed that the man also attracting interest from Liverpool is probably on his way out. But Conte is demanding a top-class replacement to keep his bid for the Serie A title on track, and the Naples club are now expected to firm up their interest in Rashford. United were looking to raise £70 million for the England international this month after he revealed he wanted to seek a new challenge. But while there has been no shortage of interest in the winger, it now appears that a loan deal represents the best chance of a move being done. Rashford currently earns £300,000 a week at Old Trafford, and Milan were hoping the Reds would continue to pay a significant chunk of his wages when they lodged an interest in making the signing happen. Kvaratskheilia's departure to PSG would give them the scope to offer United a better financial arrangement. Rashford's head has been turned by interest from Barcelona, with PSG, Monaco and Borussia Dortmund also contacting United to discover the parameters of any deal. But Barca would first have to sell players to free up enough money from their wage bill to meet La Liga regulations, and have been involved in a legal battle just to secure the registration of £51 million new signing Dani Olmo. Rashford may decide to be patient to see if the Catalan club make the necessary moves to get an agreement in place. But if Napoli can secure a quick agreement with PSG for Kvaratskhelia, they will be well placed to finance an offer that would enable Rashford to line up with his former United teammate Scott McTominay in Italy. Manchester United are close to completing the signing of Diego Leon after the defender was spotted at an airport. The left-back will not officially join United until he turns 18 in April, but reports from his native Paraguay state that Leon has travelled to England this weekend to undergo a medical and finalise the move. Leon has impressed since making his first team debut for Cerro Porteño last August, and was also linked with the likes of Arsenal and Manchester City. However, he is now set to join United and will become the first new signing under Ruben Amorim. Paraguayan journalist Juan Denis shared several photos on social media of Leon at the airport as he prepared to fly to Manchester. According to La Nación, United are keen for the teenager to get to know the club's facilities. The report also states that Leon will only spend a few days in Manchester as he is set to feature for Paraguay's under-20s in the Under-20 South American Championship, which gets underway in Venezuela this month. United will pay an initial fee of around £3 million, but there are certain add-ons included in the deal. Paraguayan outlet Versus are also reporting that the current plan is for Leon to remain with Cerro Porteño for the first half of the year, before joining up with United for pre-season in the summer. Leon will join at a time when United are in desperate need of more depth at left-back, with both Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia currently out of action. The pair have struggled badly with injuries in recent years and have been limited to just 14 Premier League starts between them since the beginning of last season. Leon has been compared to Real Madrid legend Marcelo and Manolo Jimenez, who handed him his Cerro Porteño debut, believes he has a big future. Manchester United have seen in him what I saw, what my teammates saw. I am honestly very happy that this signing can be completed, he told Versus. I hope everything goes well for him in everything that comes. He's a prototype of a fullback in many attacking conditions. With his age, he still has time to improve in his defensive aspect, which is what he has to grow. Surely in Manchester, they will give him the right job so that he can develop. The day he's clear about his decision-making, he will be a great player and won't make mistakes that can't be criticised. But these are typical for his age and his inexperience. AC Milan are preparing to offload a forward in order to make room in their squad for Marcus Rashford. Manchester United are desperate to find a new home for Rashford in the January transfer window after he was frozen out by Ruben Amorim. Rashford has admitted that he is ready for a new challenge and has been searching for possible exit routes this month. Milan has emerged as the most likely option after the 27-year-old rejected the idea of moving to Saudi Arabia or Turkey at this stage in his career. However, a move has been made difficult by the money involved, with Rashford on £325,000 per week at United until June 2028. The Italian giants want to take him on an initial loan deal until the end of the season, but are unwilling to even pay half of his wages, with their top earner, Alvaro Morata, only on £150,000. Nevertheless, Milan have not given up on negotiations with United and are pressing ahead with other work in the January window, which could pave the way for his arrival. Reports in Italy state that Milan forward Noah Okafor is flying to Germany on Friday to sign for RB Leipzig on an initial loan deal that could become permanent for around $25 million, 21 in the summer. The Swiss forward joined Milan from RB Salzburg for 15.5 million in the summer of 2023, but has been deemed expendable. His departure will free up space in the side, as well as on the wage bill for Rashford, whose brother and representative Dane has been in Italy this week working on the deal. United are more than happy to sanction an exit after co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe made it clear that every player in the squad has a price. The England forward has not played for United since the 2-1 win over Victoria Plzen in the Europa League on December 12th. He has contributed 7 goals and 3 assists in 24 appearances this season and is now edging closer to leaving his boyhood club before the window closes on February 3rd. For me, personally, I think I'm ready for a new challenge and the next steps, Rashford said in December. When I leave, it's going to be no hard feelings. You're not going to have any negative comments from me about Manchester United. That's me as a person. If I know that a situation is already bad, I'm not going to make it worse. I've seen how other players have left in the past and I don't want to be that person. When I leave, I'll make a statement and it will be from me. League One side, Marseille have been tipped to renew their interest in former Manchester United midfielder Andreas Pereira in the January transfer window, with a potential Mason Greenwood reunion on the cards. Pereira was the subject of a bid from Marseille in the summer transfer window, but Fulham turned down the £20 million offer. Brazil international Pereira has played a part in all but 2 of Fulham's Premier League games so far this season, scoring twice and providing 1 assist. But the Times report that the Cottagers fear that Marseille will make another move to sign him in the January transfer window. The club, managed by Roberto De Zerbi, are currently in second place in the French top tier. One of their key players, Greenwood, with the 23-year-old having scored 10 goals and provided 3 assists in 16 league appearances so far this season. Pereira fueled speculation over his future when speaking about his links to De Zerbi during an interview conducted in Brazil in November. From outside England arrived an offer from Marseille, Pereira told PL Brazil via The Standard. "We talked, and unfortunately it didn't work." In the last few days of the summer window also there was interest from Nottingham Forest. "It would be very cool to go to Marseille, the way Roberto De Zerbi plays soccer. I was watching it with good eyes, but let's see now in January, or at the end of the season, if there will be a transfer, or if I will stay at Fulham." After the interview, he released a statement saying that his words were lost in translation, but he was left out of the following Premier League game against Tottenham. Brazilian club Palmeiras had a £16.5 million offer for the 29-year-old rejected by Fulham last week. Marseille completing a deal for Pereira would create a reunion with Greenwood, with the duo having been teammates during their time at Old Trafford. Greenwood left United in the summer after impressing during a loan spell with Getafe. Pereira spent 10 years at Old Trafford between 2012 and 2022 before completing a move to Fulham 2.5 years ago. He did, however, complete 4 loan spells away from the club,